That Bubsky pushing up on the other side. They know something is up. He's still got the pin pulled. He's still ready for it. One smoke, and he's not budging yet. There's the grenade, and it's way too early. A big relief for Virtus.pro as now they come down the ramp, but the headshot from the USP will do a lot of damage, pushing through the fire, and Mihu and PHR. Two great return kills up at the high ground. It's Roy to go down, and Shush is still here. And he has been a hero so far. The flank coming in, and Bubsky can't get it done. Shush, I don't think he's going to be up for this. Even with all of the impressive kills that he's got so far in the tournament, this feels like a step too far. An ace in the pistol to try and clutch it. He hasn't got any kit picked up right now and just needs to find someone. He's finally picked up the kit there, but again, they're everywhere. He might even just do better to back off here, even though it does feel a little bit bad in the pistol round. Yeah, now they're swarming him, and Virtus.pro picking up the first round here in the final map of the Grand Finals.
I can add that they ran right into the stack. The question that Matt just put before he threw to us was, can the plow, is the plow sharp enough to get through the wall of Tricked? And that round, they had the flank, they had the information, they had 4 players defending the center bomb site. I think this was the big mistake right here. That follow-up kill on Acor, who's pushing through the Molotov as well. You have a flank coming in. Be happy to sit far back and just make sure that they cannot push down the lanes. Keep them isolated, keep them back at the bomb train while that flank comes to fruition.
And since you're all there anyway, you don't even have to worry that much about the bomb going down. You're going to have a lot of time to try and go for that retake.
Yes.
Well, they invest into the round, double scout, MP9, and Deagles. So by no means an easy round for Virtus.pro. They still have to be very careful here. Smoke. Oh, Snatchy, he must get the kill, but he can't. Shush will take him down, and the follow-up. They flash their way through. That might have been the perfect move. Veggie will take one down, and a stunning headshot to take down Hund in long range, the whole distance of this inner yard. But a grenade will actually drop him the bomb. At least was planted. Another flank coming in. The Deagle up close, and Roy, he gets the kill, but they've lost Acor in the meantime. Now a 2-on-2, and Tricked. Can they find their way through here? They don't have a kid right now. Down there on the low ground is Roy dead, and Mihu will find it. And once again, they shut down Tricked. Virtus.pro close to losing that round.
That was sketchy, and that was very similar to the round that they lost on Nuke to all USPs, trying to force their way through a very narrow choke point. This one is Snatchy coming through the smoke. That pop flash that followed up, that was so perfect. That might have been the saving grace. They needed that first kill, and they needed it quickly. Another fast flank coming in from Roy. But Virtus.pro, that was win condition number 1, obviously, is get the money control early, delay the AWP, delay the Molotovs, and they're doing just that. All USPs, no real investment. Actually, excuse me, one Deagle picked up from Shush.
Yeah, a lot working out right now. Even if some of these rounds are close, you're absolutely right. It does put a bit of a break on the AWP.
Did Snatchy not see that stuff? I thought he actually would have been able to spot one. Either way, Snacks is all the way down. He's just going to eliminate him, and he turns the corner. He sees 2 more. Bonus money picked up in spectacular fashion. 2 kills in response. But that's the round. Now, here's the thing. A Krieg in the hands of Shush. I feel like he might just want to save it. You're in a 2-on-2, and you could go for this, but now you've got an AK-47 and a Krieg. Yes. Take that as a victory. That's actually a huge win for a team that's going to be economically struggling in the next round. What a benefit for them, and Virtus.pro lost some valuable lives. And they've done it in a couple of these rounds to follow up on the pistol, so the money is not going to be great for the VP side. Tricked has done as well as you possibly can in losing the pistol round.
Yeah, you have to agree with that. I definitely don't think they should have gone for in a 2-on-2. Without armor and a kit, even though it feels like in that moment, you're like, oh, we're getting kills quickly, but the time it takes you to get there and then have a fight afterwards, definitely not worth it. 3-0 for Virtus.pro, but yeah, with a bit of an asterisk to that last win, especially. Shush, because of the Krieg, actually, not even sure he has to, but yeah, they could just drop an AWP if they needed to. Acor will have one, Bubsky will have another one. Double AWP straight into the 4th round.
All right then.
Playing that card early on.
Yeah, and because of the 2 saved weapons, Molotovs and smokes and 2 kits. Tricked has brought everything they could out of this, and this looks fast-paced. Snatchy with the AWP as well. There's a Molotov, a good shot from Bubsky. That's Snatchy down, that's the AWP down. Mihu's gained an advanced position, but he's the only one who can do anything at the moment. And I think he just wants to bail out of the fight. AWP is going to remain on the ground. Mihu's at least in safety for the moment.
You could easily see how that position for me, who would have been huge if Snatchy had got the kill in return, but yeah, falls back. Smoke, Veggie, actually he's behind it.
That's not a good smoke. That's gone too far.
And it could backfire because Trick might just think, well, it's all, yeah, that almost happens right there. Now at least they're aware of it. Bubsky coming in with the AWP. Not going to get the shot, but that's 2 orbs at Ivy.
Yeah, that'll be called out as well. But unfortunately for VP, they already have 2 players here. Smoke on each side of Ivy. A small gap, and that one as well is going to give Acorn an easy shot. Bomb is picked up, but Virtus.pro just bleeding players, and they can't afford this. In terms of their manpower, in terms of their money going forward into the next round, Snacks a stunning headshot. Needs more. Information gathered on top of the train. He's going to go back. He wants to make sure his prey is still there. Another headshot. Snacks is fighting back.
That was a beautiful pre-fire. He absolutely read that. And that one, the first kill on Bubsky, that's one of the orbs gone. Acorn is the other one. If they lose both in this round, even if they win it, that's a lot of economy gone. He's got the right idea with 25 seconds, and this is the bomb as well. If he dies on this corner, there's really no bringing it back. Mihu avoids the danger, but gets shot down afterwards, and now it's all done. A big round, especially out of Acorn with that triple. They can't save the other orb, so still losing a bit.
I think they should be all right. VP, if their buys in the previous maps have been any indication, they're going to buy again here despite not having great money. This one was tough. Just so many players lost to the AWPs. The first 3 kills of the round go to the double up setup on the Trick side of things. Virtus.pro's going to have to be careful about that one. And they do show some restraints with their economy, which is surprising. Deagle's picked up 1 flashbang.
It is surprising, but maybe a nice change of pace. PHR actually taking down Roy, and Acorn looked like he almost, I think scroll wheel jumped there and giving him badly. Not cool.
Oh, the Molotov forcing Snacks into the open, and Hunden doing a great job. He played great on Nuke, and that's a good start here on Train. A missed shot for Acorn, and he can't handle it. Veggie's got 1. A clean headshot here would be spectacular. Oh, it's Mihu from behind. A 1-on-2. The gun's still in the hands, and Bubsky wants to back away. He wants to get into some relative safety, and he nails the shot. The second op can get picked up as well.
Oh.
Why did
juggling them at the end, a little bit of miscommunication.
Why did Shush just make him do the work?
I don't know, but it
he just stopped. He was like, yeah, you bring it to me.
Yeah, and trying to show him who's the boss, I guess. That was a very uncomfortable round, surely, for Trick. Didn't really need to be. Still, it's 3-2. And VP, because of that conservative buy the last time, just a couple of deagles, they could maybe do a little bit more here.
Tech timeout, maybe that had something to do with Shush just not moving.
Oh, that could be an explanation.
Yeah, maybe something happened. I don't know. Maybe twisted an ankle.
Yeah, we thought he was just being a dick.
Well, we haven't counted that out. It's still a possibility. Speaking of which, though, Roy, not dicks. We got the information when we went back between the maps that this is actually his first stage match on a LAN of this size. Like, he's played at some smaller LANs in Poland, obviously, but this is the biggest event that he's been to.
You can't really tell from his playstyle, can you?
No, he's been fine, hasn't he? He's been doing very, very well.
Yeah, I've got to say that's not always easy to do. Even players that have a little bit of hype behind them, and you know that they have like a high skill ceiling. Sometimes that first LAN is brutal, and I don't know, he's done very well for himself, I would say. 6th round. Walking into the flashbang, that could have been lethal, but he's going to be fine for now. Taking that fight, the AK on top. It's a lot of damage, and he walks into the headshot. Snacks patiently waiting, a big kill. I
think Snacks really set that up quite nicely. I was even surprised. I would have done probably the same thing as Roy, because I was like double flash down ladder in that fashion. Why is he not coming? He went and peeked for the information. Hunden's moved into his spot, and he's taken control, and the Ops are still just decimating this Virtus.pro attack. They cannot get out of this choke point. They cannot get across the yard and get even close to the bomb train. And now with these kills, with this advantage, Trick can just sink farther back, although no one's watching. Attention was taken away. Acorn eliminated for free, and there's 45 seconds for Virtus.pro to make this work.
That shot from Shush, though, that makes it almost impossible. PHR, he needs a mistake. The bomb is quite far back. He would have to trek back to T-main pick up the bomb and then fight his way back to a bomb site, it seems very unlikely. Goes for it, but Shush long range. Again, he's been unbelievably accurate throughout this tournament. He's 8-2 right now. And Bubsky is one of the other MVP contenders over there at 7-3. And you're right, that double AWP setup right now is wrecking Virtus.pro. There are solutions to that, though.
Well, I have to imagine the next time, because the AWPs outside have destroyed VP, what, three times now? It's essentially been 3 rounds straight for Tricked. I have to imagine that Virtus.pro and their next buy are going to go towards the inner bomb site.
Either go towards the inner bomb site or try and see if you could put down a wall of smokes. Although they actually had smokes towards the bomb train itself that last round, and Bubsky just pushed through and got a kill on somebody. So that's kind of the problem with people like Acore and Bubsky here, is that they might not respect those smokes at all. This round, obviously, just pistols and no armor. It's a good kill on Hunden. And that's pretty much the only one they're going to get as well. Tricked taking the lead on CT side train 4-3. Now Virtus.pro are back with some money.
Snatchy with that AWP, but it's been ineffective on this T side when he's had it. 1 and 7 for him to start the half. Obviously not all of those with the AWP in his hands.
Was it?
And the problem now on top of the double AWP setup is because the money is so solid for Tricked, they also have the Molotov. So even if you want to get out mid with some kind of a fast execute with the smokes in place, it's like you have to run through flames, you have to run through flashbangs, and it's all a bit of a nightmare. Tactical right at the end of freeze time coming out from the Danish side.
You know, Virtus.pro in that pistol, they tried, I mean, they canceled it, but they tried to go for that triple boost.
Yeah.
Now they have an AWP.
Yeah, they could just go right back for it.
Feels like one of those things that, you know, especially because you didn't even show it in the pistol round. You've practiced it. You can set it up perhaps easily.
Well, I think, I mean, the interesting thing about it, we saw it in the pistol round, and it looked like it would have been effective if they went for it. But that's something where you play in that position on the pistol round from the CT side, because the chances of that is just so low.
Yeah. Well,
and especially even if you're there and they do the triple boost, the chances that they just kill you immediately before you can get away is still even lower than that. With an AWP, obviously, with the rounds where they have guns, I think Tricked is going to be aware of the possibility.
Eighth round here. What could they do, Virtus.pro? Try and shut down Tricked. A very aggressive push into T main. Even just the information here, that's going to be annoying. I mean, they will have heard that Virtus.pro on the other side as well, sort of saying, yeah, well, you know what, we just heard all those grenades. That means either you almost have to go back and look. They're keeping one guy back at least, but
I think he's going to be the throw utility for a fake outside, because they've thrown some from above ladder, and I think they want that last player's utility to be the ceiling or the deciding fate. Shush with an AWP angle, and it's good trade for Mihu. Into the bomb site we go, and the AWP can't really do anything. Molotov, oh, Snatchy needs to hold that position. That should be a freebie, and that's a disastrous miss.
It really is. Mihu goes down, PH next. And now Snacks, 1 versus 3. He's had a great tournament, but he can't win this one. Hunden takes him down for a double instead. And Tricked now, 5 rounds. That really can't happen.
Well, Snatchy has to hit that shot.
Yeah.
I'm even curious of why he even bothered moving down the ramp to the train. You could have just sat on the ramp. It seemed like he had to rush that because he wasn't quite ready for the swing. 5-3. But that's, you know, you see the power of you're going to get to that double up of getting to that inner bomb site. You get the bomb planted, you can play the post plant, and if the shots are hit, if you gain that traction by trading off the opening kill, you have very strong positions to prevent them from rotating into a good spot. And that's where the ops can be unwieldy. Now, Tricked has dropped one of the AWPs and gone down to a single op on Acore.
I think if you replay that round, there's definitely also a world in which Shush just gets 2 kills right off the bat and falls back around the corner, because that position was really lethal. Hard to spot as you're coming into the bomb side. But again, go for the aggression in the team main.
And also enjoying the tactical diversity of this Tricked defense. I think that's the first time we've seen that level of a crunch towards that T choke point with all the utility, the nades and the smokes. Doesn't pan out for them. They don't find anything from it except for information. They know it's clear.
And all of this running back and forth up here, I mean, they can hear that down in the yard, so again, just worried. Looks like almost a replay of the last round so far, at least.
I think again, I think it's because they had the success they wanted. They were like, that actually worked. We got into the bomb site, we got the plant down. We just messed up individually. So let's go back to it one more time. I think one of the dangers of them running this strategy as they did in a pistol, it's taking so long to come to fruition.
It's a slight twitch though. This time they're going to put 3 men upper. Shush, is he going to be ready for it? He has the perfect idea. The great weapon for it, instant headshot as Roy will take down PHR. And that is not what they were looking for, Virtus.pro. Headshot, brings it back a bit. The bomb goes down with about 38 seconds and Hunden has to fall back. Long range spray, but Mihu is dropped and now Snatchy and Snacks. It's on them, 2 versus 4. A heroic stand if they can bring this round home. That would actually bring Virtus.pro back into this first half here, but otherwise they've lost a lot of rounds in a row here, and Snatchy caught by Shush, a 3rd kill for him, and now it's Snacks. 1 versus 4. How could you even dream of doing it? You can't, with Shush picking up that 4th kill. And again, probably feels like still in the lead for that MVP. We'll have to do all the math, or I guess HLTV will have to do it, but he's 13-3 right now.
He played that round just about perfectly. It's rare you could say that, but that might have been a perfect round from him, considering 4 kills and across the entirety. He was the one who got the first frag when they entered into the bomb site from the upper ramp, backing away, barely takes any damage, and he just comes back and destroys everyone. And VP calling a timeout, and you can understand why. Nothing going for them since winning the pistol in the ensuing 2 rounds. They have no answer for the double op. And now you have Shush coming online at 13-3.
And Snatchy at 1-1-9. He has had the orb a couple of times, and we haven't seen the effect out of it. He's been amazing otherwise throughout the tournament, but now they really desperately need him. That's actually kind of a classic way to turn things around on the T side of Train, is just to have the orb find one opening, like an early battle somewhere that you win, and then you plan from there. Yeah,
well, you win that early battle, and then the op can play a bit more passively and supportive as you take the rest of the map control based off that opening pick, but they haven't even gotten to that point.
And now look, Ivy aggression. You mentioned the sort of versatility in the defense here on the Tricked side, and a couple of rounds aggressive teammate, now Ivy.
Well, and again, the aggression in Ivy isn't really going to pan out. No one going there from Virtus.pro. It looks like they're all setting up to use utility dump outside, set up the wall, and attack the bomb site. But Roy in this position, we know it's so strong for the CT side. And now he's aware of the possibility. Gun drop down, and he's not phased. Bubsky eliminating everyone. Finally, some kills come out for Virtus.pro. But is it enough?
Well, with Hunden sneaking this far up, it actually might not be. Mihu is really just seconds away from going down. He's probably waiting for the distraction over at B, but that's not going to come, and that's a bomb confirmed. So now they can all gather in that A yard, and if he hadn't got flanked, maybe there could have been time for Snacks to come in with a big kill, but yeah, they definitely know what's up. Or maybe not. He's actually looking the wrong way. Yeah. Oh, he checks it a little bit.
He's trying to go for the win, right? He's the guy who like makes the play that can get everyone on your team jacked up and have them in the right mindset, and he knows that's a free kill, yeah, but it would give away your position. He's going for the victory entirely.
The problem is as well the time. 25 seconds from the time now when if he gets the first kill, even then, how do you get the last 3 or just put the bomb down even? And Hunden is really quick. A nice flick, a good double for him once again. Tricked way in the lead now. It's 7-3, and there's a slight sinking feeling now if you're on that VP side. That's a lot of rounds, 7 in a row. Tricked.
Yeah, this T side has not looked great so far. VP yet to find a winning recipe here. And when I saw Pimp with a tweet saying that, you know, Tricked, quote unquote, the 5th best team in Denmark. I don't know how true that is, but certainly they're not in the top 3.
Top 1. They are looking really good. I've really enjoyed watching them unfold here over the last couple of months, and yeah, every time I see them, I'm just reminded of why they're a fun team. And again, the potential for some of these players, it's so high if you think about how short a while they actually have been playing the game.
Now here's the crazy thing, because we've been making this sound like a lot of doom and gloom for Virtus.pro, and for good reason, but the fact that they win the pistol and they have 3 rounds on the board from that, if they can just win 1 or 2 more, if they could just, you know, reset the economy once, then all of a sudden you're having a very good T half. That's the benefit of winning the pistol on this T side of Train. You don't need a whole lot more, but you do need something more.
They've stolen an AWP, and that is a pretty good start. Can they find anything at all with it, though?
I wish they were being more proactive with it, trying to find some fights. You see them all sunk back towards, back towards the garbage cans, back towards T-spawn. Setting up for utility, perhaps. They do have 2 smokes, a Molotov, and a bunch of flashbangs, but they don't really have the weaponry to make this kind of just a straight-up brawl outside. You really want that off to find you a pick. Good job from Hunden. He's had a stellar game so far. He's going to be traded off.
Roy is low from that earlier fight, but he wins it against Snacks. That's a huge part of the flank gone. The bomb now on the ground. So close for Virtus.pro. Getting in on the bomb side and getting that AWP, but it is not going to be enough. Tricked 8-3. They survived that round, not giving anything back. Now Virtus.pro. You mentioned breaking the economy and maybe finding a way back in the game. Now is the time for it.
The chances to break the economy are running out. We're just so late in the half now that, it's going to take at least, 2 wins to break the economy, and from there, you don't even really get the benefits of finally shattering it. But you're right. It must basically start at this point. Virtus.pro down 5 in this 3rd map of the Grand Finals.
And just not uncommon for some of these teams that have newer lineups, that playing best of 3s is very hard to get a deep map pool. Very hard to find 3 maps that you're going to be consistently good on, and they've looked great all across the board here, but T-side is lacking something right now. It's also difficult because Bubsky and Shush are putting on a fantastic first half, so they're also having to deal with that issue all on their own.
Yeah, those 2 players playing great. Aiko with the op being effective, and the big one for me is just Hunden, the impact he's providing. Even though it's not like a completely dominant performance from him, just the rounds where he gets his double kills, they're so impactful. And a new look defense as well. This time, no one even over towards Ivy. They're watching it from aggressive positions towards ladder and T-mid, which means this hit, even though it's powerful with 3 players, there's no one here that they can really take out. Hunden's got a perfect position for a headshot. That's a great flashbang. But I don't think they're going to clear him out. Hunden's got the first. There goes Mihu running through the flames. And once again, the defense from Trick stands tall. Virtus.pro is locked out of this bomb site. And they're making it look easy. 9 in a row for Tricked.
What a shutdown this is. Acor has 5 kills, but everybody else on the Tricked side is in double digits, and nobody from VP's side is. Now we're starting to see that one of the issues here is kills. They need to actually put up some frags in some of these rounds, or they're going to continuously be in trouble here. Time for a real deep breath here on the VP side. They've played a great tournament, but it could all come crashing down here.
Well, this is also the next progression of teams at this level. Now that they've shown us that they can get to this point and beat some teams like MIBR, like the Mousesports, like the NIP, it's developing the map pool. Great off angle from Roy. That is a stunning transfer. And they have used that position at E-Box with impunity in this half. Very rarely has Virtus.pro been able to clear that out. We've seen Hunden be effective there. Now Roy.
He was controlling the recoil while strafing. I don't even think that should be allowed. Snatchy and Snacks now 2-on-5, and they don't even get a kill here. Bubsky with a double, 10-3. That coach on Trick, what did he say? They're going to run into a wall. That's what this feels like.
It's prophetic. He's exactly right. It's a strong wall.
Yeah, it definitely is. Not one of those American-built plaster walls. There's European
those weak, cheap things.
Brick wall. Timeout being called. I'm really having a hard time figuring out. You mentioned a while ago that B-bomb site seems like the one where they've had the most success.
Well, let's be honest. They haven't necessarily had success there, but they've at least had
a strong word.
Yeah, they've had like the seeds of it, right? They've at least gotten in and got the bomb planted. When they're going outside, they're not even getting to the bomb train. At least when you go inside, you get a bomb planted.
There were some crumbs left on the ground over at the B-bomb side that they managed to pick up and eat, and that was good.
Yeah.
But still starving on the VP side.
And the problem now is you have Trick that's going to be confident. You have Trick that's going to start being aggressive, and Hunden in this position when he feels no pressure and when he peeks down and sees nothing, I think he'll start to eventually see someone cheat over a third player to that inner bomb site. There's no pressure from ladder room, which Roy's had to deal with a couple of times.
It's going to be up the ladder before they get there. Huge off angle, very hard if you're coming in, especially because the Echo is going to be here. That's a nasty setup, isn't it? They come down the low ground instead, but still a 2-for-1 trade. Favoring Trick, deep Molotov there. Could definitely do some damage, at least forces them out behind. The bomb goes down. Again, the B-bomb side just seems more reasonable, but still not enough to actually make it around, as Mihu is alone with no armor and pretty much no real estate to occupy here in the back of the bomb site. He gets a kill on Hunden, but he's still completely and utterly trapped and trying to fight his way out. That's pretty much what he has to do, actually. It's just not really his... can't be his job alone, can it? No, but
I mean, if you're Virtus.pro, the thing you have to change about this inner hit is you can see how Trick is playing it passively far back. And, you know, yeah, they had the Krieg up close that gets eliminated. But even when VP's getting that bomb planted, they don't have anywhere to go after that because the rotations come in and then you have the AWP and then you have the Augs or the Kriegs who scoped in and peering down those lanes. You need to throw someone on the flank. You need to put someone in Ivy to wrap behind him to try and backstab. Or you need to get aggressive with your utility and the choke points and push forward and leave the bomb planter to get the plant. The other players need to get forward and get in their faces in the choke point. Trick has just allowed too much room to work with on these retakes.
That's a huge feature of it. Now they run in the Molotov, the AWP of A-Core. They don't even make it out of main. They had a clear plan, they followed through, but again, the kills, all of them right now, are going Trick's way here. This is a disaster in the 15th round, and nobody has gone down on the Danish side. Instead, it's just Snax in a 1 versus 5. A 12-3 finish in the first half that's monstrous. You win the pistol and the following 2 rounds, and then you get absolutely cleaned out. I don't think I've seen that in a very long time.
No.
What were some of the teams that were really good? I mean, SK at a point in time were mental on train CT side.
Well, yeah, they also had like a 17 map win streak on this, I think it was, or something like that. They had one of the more impressive win streaks on a map that we've had in CSGO.
Wow. A-Core with the triple, and that's the end of the half.
A statement half. That's a championship winning half of Counter-Strike that we just saw out of Tricked.
And it's so interesting because there's even a world in which they could have won the first map on Mirage. So we're even learning something about Trick's map pool, which is exciting all on its own. How long before we see these guys play routinely against the likes of MIBR, Mousesports, Nip, and even beyond that? That would be very, very interesting.
Listen, I mean, playing like this, if they're doing that throughout the end of the year and into the early stages of next year, they're going to win some qualifiers to be at the big Tier 1 events as well. And that's where we'll really get to see them tested. But this has been a really cool, impressive showing. All 5 players for Trick now in double digits. And for VP, it's just Mihu.
Really not enough. Hunden, smile on his face though.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be smiling? Have a good time up there.
I saw earlier that Cadian's mom is watching and is cheering for Hunden specifically. Which is a great little moment in Danish Counter-Strike. Apparently she's a big supporter, so...
Of Danish Counter-Strike?
I think of Hunden specifically.
Okay.
On his side, that's nice.
That is nice.
Do you want Cadian back as well in Danish Counter-Strike, by the way, in a more forceful way?
Or just back in general in Counter-Strike?
Just back in general,
He played, what team did he play with at the London major that he was playing on like an NA roster? He came over, he was the one with Hiko.
Yeah, he did, and actually they did really well.
Well, again, really well might be a bit of a strong phrasing.
Well, considering what they had to work with.
Yeah, there's that. You're right with that one. But I mean, definitely he was in game leading, and they had some very cool ideas and tactics. So
yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing Cadian back in play.
Plus, he's just an all-around great guy. So
I mean, it's got to be tough being a player in Danish Counter-Strike. You want to talk about a scene that is just saturated with so many good players. Like, how are you supposed to find a Danish team to join?
We do have it tough. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a good problem to have.
Oh man, 12-3 at the end of the half in the grand finals on the final map. I don't know what kind of conversation VP could even have to make that sound good. You need some really serious spin. Need a lot of lying, basically.
Yeah, I wonder if Kuban could actually sell it. He doesn't strike me as a good liar. He doesn't have the face for it.
I don't think it's the honest truth, isn't it?
Well, here we go. What does Virtus.pro have? 3 to 12 backs against the wall. They must have this pistol round.
A lot of USPs. Smoke here on Mihu. They're going to come right through shortly. They don't stop for that. The Glock train coming through. Veggie, big shot, but Acor and Roy returning. And that's what those Glocks can do. Snacks doing his best at defending this. They're right behind him, and somehow they come out on top. It looked like Snacks should have had more than just a couple of kills there. Ooh, long range, and PHR taking care of Roy. He is out of the round. And now it's Hunden versus PHR. 1 versus 1. And Hunden has the bomb. He is spotted, but he heard that shot surely. How do you play this? PHR, I mean, this is the first step. He must win this clutch. And Hunden is not even stopping, is he? He is just speeding into the bomb site. Bomb immediately down. And then backing off. Is he going to try and go up the ladder? That's a big risk, but he's around the corner. And PHR will not be happy about that. Could he go and find? He's not even sure. Oh. I don't think he saw him.
No, he didn't see him at all. He has no idea where Hunden is.
That's a problem. No kid, 10 seconds on the low ground. PHR knows now, and Hunden, he's playing tricks with him. Time is running out. It may have already run out. He gets the kill. I don't think he can actually defuse it.
No.
Outplayed by God Hunden in the pistol round. And I mean, if it wasn't bad already, it certainly is now.
Yeah, the odds of coming back in this were already low, and they just plummeted even further, and everyone on Trick knows it. Look at the smiles on their faces. All Trick has to do now is not lose the game themselves. They're the only ones who can beat themselves at this point.
Feels like they have to put in an effort, right? They've got to actively try to mess this up. I am liking this. That's 4 HE grenades, 3 scouts. That's a lot of fire on VP. I kind of want this to work.
Well, there's one nade in. Snacks going to take the deep angle, sees nothing. Transfers over to get the other scout in play as well. Still nothing for Snacks. There's a shot. He does tag up Acor.
Good start.
I mean, with this many scouts and the nades as well, which have pretty much all been used, Mihu still has 1, but with this many scouts, I like this call. I think Trick had to have seen both of those scouts in the outer yard, and they're doing basically like it's a double up setup, kind of what we mentioned in the first half to counter that amount of sniper rifles. And it's even harder to make work with scouts because they're more mobile, but it's not a one-shot kill.
Chance for hilarity here if Snatchy gets the mid-air headshot. They're running up the sidewalk though, and immediate dink to take him down. PHR turning 360 to try and get more than a double. Still a very impressive hold, but Veggie coming in, taking down Roy, and then immediately dropping Snacks now. 1 versus 2. The bomb is going to be planted, and that scout, even being up on the train right now, is dangerous. Flashbang, going to do a little bit of damage with the follow-up UMP there. He's moving closer, and he's picked up an AK-47. Again, every time VP is close to winning a round, it's a question of trying to clutch it, and he's going to get the kill on Bubsky, but still Acor left.
This is way too strong of a position. He can do exactly what Hunden did, but the smoke might help, but it's going to have to be a 10-second defuse, and he's just going to have to smoke the bomb and stick it.
Yeah, you might be right. Hold it down and pray. No, he's come out of it already. And that, he needed the kill at least immediately. Acor will be there, a triple, surviving on almost no health at all. 14 rounds, 4 tricked. And just, there's so many clutches in this game that have gone the way of tricked. And it feels like all the time it's sort of a, 2 versus 1. Yeah. Like VP have to fight uphill every single time.
I mean, that's the product of, the openings from their T side obviously just didn't look that strong. They never really found any footholds in the bomb sites anyways to progress into the bomb sites. And this is kind of how it turns out. And VP, you can understand, no reason to criticize. They just have to buy every single round to try and turn one in their favor and see what happens from there.
It feels like when you get to this point, there are no mistakes, right?
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, there's no right or wrong anymore.
Yeah, just feels like do whatever feels good and just hope that that's going to be the right answer. 14-3. 2 very close first maps, and then this. Snacks forced off the angle. No connection on the first dink. There's a little bit of damage on the Shush, but they're on the site. Jumping shot. Don't know if the first one was, but Snax takes down Shush anyway.
Well,
Bomb delayed, and actually fine for a long time.
I think it's fine though, because look at what Trick has done. This is what Virtus.pro was never able to do. They've gotten aggressive down the lanes. It's not panning out just yet, but it can still be so effective. The scouts though, chiming in. A retake is on.
It is, oh, through the smoke. WESG finding his third kill, Bubsky. Surely there's nothing you could do at this point in time. They've smoked it off. He does pick up one, keeps spraying through. And that defuse, oh, if he had got the kill on him, that would have been very dangerous. But WESG with the quad kill instead. And a 14-4 scoreline. Virtus.pro, I don't know. They've pulled the cord on that backup parachute, but it's like 50 meters above ground. I don't know if that's actually going to make a difference.
Oh, what a ridiculous shot to hit the first time around. Nice job from WESG. And yeah, those scouts far back just peppering shots through the smoke. Even that one through the smoke with the AK. And Tricks with a 14-4 lead. I like this. We all like this. No reason to invest. You have such a big lead, 10 rounds. Just make sure every single buy that you bring out is the strongest possible. Wait for the AK-47, spend a round just saving in order to get the utility, in order to get the rifles.
Wow, that grenade did a lot. Real chance that somebody could have created at the low ground there, but THR, nice defense. Quad kill on him there. No armor there, so they easily get chewed up. 14-5. What a run they have to go on Virtus.pro. This is the real upside, isn't it? They could make for a historic comeback. Surely would be one of the best comebacks of the year if they manage it.
It would have to be. It would be something spectacular where we're still very far away from even talking about it, but this is what they needed. You said just win that one round and see what happens from there. Well, now you've got the op in Snatchy's hands. Now you've got the utility in the Molotovs. What can you do with it? Snatchy peering towards Ivy, fortunate to stay alive, fortunate to get away from that one.
Roy ran into a lot of grenades out there, but I don't think they know that he's snuck in here. With the right timing, it could be everything. There's the headshot to take down Snatchy, and that's actually a problem for this 8 defense. Opens up Ivy as well. They're trying to push through. Up on the ground and looking down. Shush does not get the kill. Snacks instead to take him down in 3 versus 2. Mihu put into effect.
Look at Bubsky though. He's kind of taken control of the inner bomb site. He has a chance at taking control at the inner bomb site, I should say. Advanced position, and they're aware. He was spamming the smoke. They know how far up he can be. The bomb is coming in now. He will get it down and planted, but Hunden's gonna have to worry about the flank all by himself. A safe plant, and Bubsky needs one. He needs this kill in CT spawn.
You'll be very careful. The timing working out in favor of Bubsky. Turning it into a 2-1-2. And that flank, I think, yeah, Hunden, he knows. He's looking for it, but walking right into that shot. And WESG with a follow-up. Virtus.pro still alive. Double for both the remaining players here. That's what was required. Again, some very, very close rounds. They will find a 6-1.
And they've even got the op. They saved it. The all-important weapon, but that's going to be something they have to keep track of. That dangerous play from Roy. He'll take the nade damage all day long to get that kind of a map control, that advance into this outer bomb site. At Snatchy wasn't even able to have an impact in the round.
Yeah, there are a bunch of ways that round does not work out in their favor. I think Snatchy got that first kill over by the actual bomb train. If he dies, then it's all going to go horribly wrong. Again, pistols on the Danish side, and
remember as well, we saw this in the semifinal. Trix got out to some big leads over MIBR, and the comebacks would happen, and then Trix would just slam the door shut. I believe on the first map of that semi, it was 16-14. It was a comeback all the way before Trix closed it down. They're no strangers to any kind of comeback scenario.
And I feel like every team at some point in their careers, maybe more than once, has to experience what it's like to not be able to stop the comeback. Like that's valuable experience as well, although it can be painful. Snatchy gets overrun, but luckily got a kill. WESG doing a fine job at cleaning it up. So they're going to be just fine in this round. That AWP, yeah, they pick it up, no problem. 14-7. Long way to go still.
I think in the previous map we were kind of highlighting, who was it? Was it Bubsky that was having a rough start to the game that bounced back eventually? we have to equally be fair enough to point out Snatchy, 5-20 here on Train, has not found a way to get going. Those op shots we saw in that previous round against just Glocks, it seems like he's hesitating, seems like he's not comfortable.
That obviously has a big impact on the game right now. Lightning fast and usually very, very accurate.
It's not the Snatchy we saw in the semifinal earlier as well against Mousesports. He was destroying them.
Now the good news is, of course, he can rediscover that form from one round to the next. Sometimes all you need is, you know, a couple of round wins or one good engagement, and suddenly you feel it. You feel it again. Making its way back. They had a couple of people down at Ivy, but they've just left Roy there. Are they going to try and let him lurk late as they push B? That can be played. Sort of feels like it. Some grenades. They could probably block out a lot of this B defense, and if the bomb goes down and Roy's back there, that actually is a powerful way to play this round.
Oh yeah, well that's again another thing that Virtus.pro didn't do in their hits. I talked about it towards the end of the previous half. That one lurk can be so effective, especially with this far back defense. Roy's going to back away from it, but look at how slow progression this is. That's a good flashbang over, but they're behind the smoke. Snacks is ready for that play, but he just moves out perhaps at the exact wrong time, and he's lucky. They spot that jumping over, and now the hit is on, and he's missed 2 up sidewalk. He tries to recover, but it's not in time. It's not quick enough.
They just walked down the ramp. I mean, they had a smoke to create a bit of a gap, but that is so bold. And now the rotation is in. Coming all of them through the CT spawn. Virtus.pro, 4 versus 5. They've had a good string of rounds, but now this is where they need to stand and fight somehow. There's so much time already wasted. They're very, very slow with this. That bomb is ticked for a while. Snatchy, Veggie, Mihu as well. Oh God, they're actually doing it. Echo goes down and now Roy left in a 1 versus 4. That looks so easy, so clean, and Snatchy with a double. Virtus.pro out of nowhere. How did they make that look so crystal clean? That was, I don't even know what happened.
I don't either. I don't think I heard anyone from Trick even fight back. I don't even think I heard any shots return fire from the T side in the post plant. That was absolutely crazy for how easy they got the bomb site. It was just as easily ripped out of their hands, pried away by Virtus.pro. Still alive somehow in this game, 8-14. And now I think with a win like that and a round like that, Trick starts to feel it. They start to feel the lead slipping away.
Certainly, that's going to be a round to review all on its own. Double up now. Mihu and Snatchy. And Trick thinking, you know what, we did it once, we got in that B-bomb site. We could probably do it again. Good Molotov, but the smoke is out, the lineup, and Snacks and PHR. Absolutely no welcome in that B-bomb site for Trick and Snatchy on the other side. Hunden trying to be clever and sneak out, but gets called on that. 9 rounds now for Virtus.pro. Bubsky doing his best. This is great.
It's time for a timeout on the side of Trick. It's time to talk some things over. Maybe in the next round, because I think they're going to go for a half buy here with still 5-round lead to play with, but that's disappearing so quickly. And a strategy like that, trying to blow up through the smoke on lower ramp, a timing pop flash this early in the half, that felt a little bit desperate to me. Obviously, we've seen it be effective, but
I mean, desperate might be the right word. You all almost have it. Still almost have it.
Here's one thing, though, I think they'll go back to and try and exploit. Roy, again, has gotten out of teammate along this wall, and no one has spotted him. No one's aware of the possibility. Oh, he's going to get a double kill. This is unbelievable. Virtus.pro surely can't let it happen here. Veggie, he's got to recover this for his team, but he's trying to back away into safety. He was well overexposed. What an opening, and look how low he is now. 27 HP. Virtus.pro is in danger.
Mihu sneaking in with the other AWP, but if he gets close to this corner, if he misses the shot, the Deagle is right there, and Mihu connecting. That had to be a kill. Now, maybe they've managed to recover. I feel like so many of these rounds, Veggie's so quick to try and bring them back, and he's done so much. Could create a whole highlight reel just of him hitting great shots. Under 50 seconds, Bubsky and Shush. Again, they need some grade 1 dinks here. That CC at a little bit of range, of course it can work, but probably not the favorite weapon. Oh no, the timing, and that's gonna play out. Mihu goes down, 30 seconds. Deep breath on Virtus.pro's side, surely.
Oh, look how afraid Veggie is. He's on top of the train with only 27 HP. They could be at so many different angles. Both defenders are split. Virtus.pro struggle with this on Nuke of finding ways in these 2-on-2s to work together. And Veggie is so alone, and he's got 3 choke points to worry about. Look at him spin, checking each one in turn. It's all down to timing. Bubsky hasn't seen anything. There it is. Veggie spins and he's got it. He is the one to pull them back from the edge.
That might have been the perfect position for him, which he couldn't have known necessarily, but the timing and everything works out. All the time, right on the edge for VP.
I think if you're Virtus.pro, it doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter who tells who. If you are on that defensive team, someone needs to take responsibility for that play from Roy. Someone needs to just say, that's not going to happen again for the rest of this half. If it happens, I'm already dead. But you cannot let that be the opening. That was too easy for Roy.
14-10. Some of these rounds, they're so close.
Look at the mirror image of these halves. Pistol round 1 in the first half by VP. They win the ensuing 2, and they've lost everything since then. Now the pistol round is won by Trick. They win the follow-up round, and everything since then has been won by VP. Dominant defenses, dominant CT sides on train.
Double up, all the grenades, Augs as well. VP have got everything they could possibly want. Roy trying to take that fight. He had the opportunity. That could and maybe should have been a kill, but Veggie very quick once again to get that headshot.
I've been really impressed by Veggie in this grand finals.
Yeah. Yeah, another player that we have not heard really about before, but...
A great find from the lower levels of Polish Counter-Strike, now delivering here on a big stage.
Yeah, already a success story all on his own. PHR, I was going to say, on the high ground up there, that's a bit scary if they actually come for you. And he's fallen back now, which is making me a lot less scared. Back to the B-bomb side in a 4 versus 5. This entry on Snatchy, how do you get it? Flashbang is in. He's still alive. Comes back for more, but Acor will take him down. And now PHR, you have to get a kill here. And the spray not connecting. Hunden with a wide peek and the instant headshot of the AK-47. They've brought it so far back, Virtus.pro, but now it's map point and tournament point for Tricked. 15-10. And Virtus.pro take one more step towards the edge.
You can't let that take the wind out of your sails, though. You've been playing so well. You just rattled off 7 straight. You've gotten yourself within striking distance, 5 rounds behind. Tactical being called. As Virtus.pro want to discuss exactly how they want to try and complete this comeback. Now they have to force overtime. If they want a chance at lifting that trophy, it's got to be in the bonus rounds. They've got to get there first, and they still have plenty of money. That's the benefit of how good they were in that 7-round stretch. They have the buffer to lose a round like that and still fight moving forward.
Five rounds straight. They've already proven they can do that, but it is not the same mentally. Fighting to make the full comeback and win it just feels different from actually fighting for overtime.
Yeah, when you're fighting at this point where one mistake can mean that Tricked is the one winning the map, winning the match, lifting the trophy, getting the championship, that's when you get scared to make a mistake. And that's when you also get too scared to make the play that might win the round.
Yeah, that's a good point.
A lot of pressure for the young players on Virtus.pro who have stepped up monumentally in all these situations that we've seen throughout the playoffs here in Budapest. And now they've got to do it again 5 more times to get to overtime.
Early push, early grenades, expecting a bit of aggression on that B ramp. But none is coming for VP. They're being very careful early on. Another sign that, yeah, nobody wants to make that mistake. A push out, maybe a chance. Roy's still very aggressive. And Snatchy picking up Echo, that's huge.
Oh, good trade from Bubsky, though, and he's actually going to just kind of fall back and go right back up the ladder. Bomb is still very far away. No sign of a commitment yet to either one of these bomb sites. And Roy really wants to pressure out T-Mid.
He's been playing that position aggressively for a while, and honestly, he looks very fluid in this position. It's just that he's run into Veggie a lot, who's been playing a fantastic game. I think otherwise, he might have had even more out of it.
Yeah, well, Veggie's gone now, baby, so Roy, maybe the red carpet's laid out for him. Deep flashbang in. He's still just staying so close. There's a shadow of his teammate's utility. Now he uses his Molotov as well, but he's going to get past it very quick. Up on top, there goes Mihu. What a shot. And Snacks, it's all on him, and he's lining him up. He's got two. And the defense is going to hold on for the moment. Snatchy down to low HP. It's all on Bubsky. He's got 30 seconds in a 1-on-2.
25 now. No grenade summon either. He's aware that someone could be flanking. They're doing this really well, Virtus.pro, staying away, waiting for the bomb plant. That's what they should be doing, and he's gonna get shot down. Virtus.pro saving the round. Snatchy with a double and low on health. Remember, he had 5 kills, now he's up to 10.
Yeah.
It's still maybe not enough, but he's starting slowly to warm up.
No, but the impact that AWP can have on the CT side is so critical that you could even forgive a slow T side if he delivers here and gets you into overtime. He still has a part to play in this comeback. 15-11, and we're just trading tactical pauses now. So much on the line for these teams.
The money looking dreadful for the Danish side, and that is great news for VP. If they can, in fact, pick up another round here, maybe some of them, they're not going to be facing the same heavy artillery that they were earlier.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, that comeback, that 5 rounds, it gets much easier when you get around against Glocks. Especially if it's at 15-12. See if they can do it. No AWP picked up on the T side for the attack. You can see here, Bubsky for Tricked, 25-14. Shush is 22-14. It's Veggie leading the way with 21 for Virtus.pro. Live into round 27.
That's pretty aggressive from Bubsky. Is he going to beat the timing? He will, taking down Veggie. No fear at all.
It's 2 rounds in a row now that Veggie has been dropped first for Virtus.pro, and as we just mentioned, he's his top fragger. He's their top fragger. It's a lot of power that's eliminated from the defense, and I like this as well. Tricked, they get that pick with the AWP, and everyone just backs away. Play a 5-on-4, slow it down, make Virtus.pro sweat. Make them make some kind of a information gathering play, an aggressive play that you can punish.
They could give a kill back. Snatchy, oh, quick flick. And Bubsky out of the round. And he again is 26 kills, so getting rid of him, that's good news.
And now just 2 defenders at each bomb site. Virtus.pro playing it very conservative, not gambling, not stacking anywhere. And Snatchy again with the up, and he's gonna have a chance. A shoulder peek baits out the shot, and oh, that's an actually aggressive follow-up peek from Shush. Could have been punished, but actually, they're gonna go back to the other bomb site. Snacks is here, ready and waiting.
They have a bit of time still to work with. Snacks certainly seeing that, but now Roy taking down Mihu. The bomb being planted in front, and it did go down. Snacks at least gets the kill on Hunden. But this is a big problem here. 3-on-3 in that A yard. You need to find a way to get in and defuse that bomb. They have a smoke on Snatchy. That's going to have to go on the bomb somewhere. PHR drops Shush with the kill, but Snatchy trying to keep his game, or trying to keep his team inside. Oh no! Acor with the clock instead. It's 16-11 and Tricked. Your champions here in Budapest, taking the first place in V4. They had the smoke, but they could not find any safe ground inside of it. A huge victory for a young team here. I don't even think they can believe it.
Oh, I mean, what a performance on this big stage all day today. First in the semifinals, shocking us with their victory there. And now here in the grand finals and delivering in the third and deciding map with so much pressure on it, delivering that level of play in the opening half. Such a dominant start. And the crazy thing is, these young players, we saw them withstand, as we mentioned, the comebacks against MIBR in the semifinals. And this comeback from Virtus.pro is very dangerous here on Train. And the tenacity and the discipline to maintain their focus through all that, it's very impressive.
Oh, it absolutely is. A lot of people, surely myself included, was on board with that VP comeback, and it gets cut short right at the end. They almost made it work and instead tricked a lot of names that we are probably going to get even more familiar with in the future. What a fantastic lineup.
Yeah, well, I mean, also vindication for the hard work they've put in over time. And probably to talk about it a little bit more, we've got Paul on the stage.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a fantastic V4 tournament. One more time, please, for Virtus.pro and Tricked. We are going to make some presentations, including obviously crowning the champion here at V4 for 2019, but we also have the MVP award as well. So most valuable player of the tournament. Here to present